Whoa!
Ooh, welcome back, everybody. We are at the Distant Manor, at the end of Irithyll of the Boreal Valley. You want to backtrack back outside to the lake, and then we're gonna take a right into this little arch here, and we find a little sewer section with several of those mini armed, long-haired enemies. So step forward, kind of towards, there's one on your right. You want to pull that one towards us because there's another one on your left. With those two gone, move up and we can grab the item on the right. And then there's another one over there. And another one right here. So let's take care of this one first. And then move up to take care of this one on the left. Then move up to take care of this one. Now we can grab this item. And take care of this one on the far left. And then there's 3 right here, but luckily you can usually take care of them one at a time without aggroing the others. Especially with our short-range weapon like the Dark Hand, it makes that much easier. If you had a large sweeping weapon, then it's very hard to just hit one of them. So, on the left, before you go up those stairs, is some lovely excrement-covered ashes. Then we want to go up the stairs to find one of our best friends. And some Estus soup. Drink that if you want. He's sound asleep, so we need to wake him up.
Excuse me. I don't.
And he gives you a miracle needed for all achievements. And another Sigbrow if you talk to him.
Long.
And you get another free Estus flask.
Have you heard some and he poem that remark?
He gives you some more lore
You?
before falling back asleep. Come up the stairs over here. And go to the right. And now we must be careful because we're about to reach a difficult room. To the right, up here on the balcony, is an archer. You can see his bow just barely poking out there. That will shoot you in the back as you attempt to sneak up on this silver knight. With his back turned, looking at a familiar painting if you played Dark Souls 1. So what I find best to do is to sprint and kind of serpentine into one of those 2 archways past the Silver Knight. Dodge, dodge, dodge to get into there once he starts attacking. And now you can start attacking with fireballs. The biggest issue with this is your fireballs do not stagger him, so the minute you hit him, it's probably a good idea to dodge, because he's probably attacking you. And they hit like a truck. Ooh, a divine blessing. That was very lucky. So with that, before we head out, which is where we're going to be going eventually. Yeah, see, he fires very large arrows that do that. We're going to go up these stairs on the right here if you leave. And now be careful here because the archer can still hit you in these little gaps. So try to stay to the wall and sneak up, and also be careful of these urns because they are full of frostbite clouds, so to speak. Nice. Luckily they only take 2 hits. So walk up, loot. They drop large Titanite shards, which is very fortunate. And you can sneak up behind this archer. Oh, no you can't. So yeah, there's the frostbite aura. And now we can sneak up on him. And get some more large Titanite. And then we're going to go all the way around to the other side of this second floor. For 3 whole chests. And the good news is none of them are mimics. Inside is the Leo ring needed for the platinum trophy. A Smo's great hammer, which again you might remember from an earlier game. And a divine blessing. You can roll through those pots and then drop back down the stairs here. Or just climb down the normal way so you don't take any fall damage. And now we're going to head out to another difficult area. Check to make sure. I think, is there an item back here? No. The reason this is a difficult area is you have several wretches that fire, or wraiths I've been calling them, that fire Farron darts, sorceries at you, and then several dogs that will charge and attack, and they are very aggressive. So much so where it might be beneficial to use some pyromancies on them. Ow. Because they always seem to attack in packs of 2. Yep, there's the sorcery. And same for the sorcerers. They always come in pairs of 2. See, there's that one. The problem is when you try to rush this one, you're going to pull the dogs. So let's rush forward and then immediately back down, all the while dodging. Alright. Ow. Ow. Heal. God, because they're so freaking aggressive. See? If they deal frostbite damage, we're totally gonna die. Oh my gosh, we're still alive somehow. Alright. Well, just try your best to dodge away. And hit them whenever you get the chance, but they just alternate their attacks so frequently that it's hard to get a word in edgewise. So back at the bottom of these stairs, there's an item by the tree. There's more sorcerers up here. See? Luckily, the only dog left is around this gravestone. So get that, and then get this guy. That'll be all the enemies in this area. So now what you want to do, just checking to make sure I'm not missing anything. Nope. Is you can activate this ladder for a shortcut. back to that locked gate outside of the giant archway that we've yet to go through. The Church of Yorshka is right across from us, the bonfire. Feel free to use it and rest if you need to. And then we can come back down. And up these stairs, again, just checking to make sure I'm not missing anything. I don't think there's anything up here. I do know there's stuff in here though, but before you go in here, there's several enemies and you can actually get the drop on a lot of them by cutting to the left and dropping down to this platform. You might want to equip the silver cat ring beforehand to avoid fall damage. Loot the body for a large titanite shard, and then climb the ladder. At the top is several wraiths that you want to take care of. Being careful of the sorcery one. And then there's a legless one right over here. And goodbye. And then we want to come down, and now we can get the drop on all of these that are on the stairway. And see there's 3 there. Tons of enemies. Ah. Another one's, yep, I was about to say, another one turned invisible. It's probably a good idea to just always have your shield up here in case there's an invisible one coming at you. Problem with these guys is they just hit so hard and can alternate and stagger you pretty good. Alright. With them out of the way, that should be all of them. Again, be careful of the frostbite urns. And at the bottom here is some blue bug pellets. Back up and out, and we're almost done. We'll get this item in just a second. But this item, however, we can get now. Switch over to your pyromancy because a scythe-wielding Pontiff Knight is going to start heading down these stairs. And you want to be ready for him. There he is. Here he comes. So just attack. The minute he starts charging at you. And slowly move up because there's one more with a sword and shield. That will throw dark orbs. There he goes with the dark. But 2 quick throws and he's down. And now we're right in front of the boss arena. But before we take care of that, there's just a couple more things to do. Again, you might want to skip this part because I'm just checking to make sure that there's nothing there. Didn't think so. Let's open up a shortcut real quick by going down these stairs and holding your shield up because there's more wraiths coming at you. Ooh. There should be 2. One in front of us and one on the right here in this little alcove. An item behind us. And here's the shortcut gate. Use my last Ashen Estus Flask, and let's go ahead and do this, because there's one more enemy. Or I'll tell you what, I'll get that enemy on the way back. It's easier that way. Nope, ignore them. Let's just sprint back to the bonfire. Which you do by going around to that balcony. And then coming through here. And here we are, back at the Church of Yorshka. let's rest up. We're gonna do one more thing, and then we'll probably level up right before the boss. Get this item right in front of us. And there's a fire knight down there that we're gonna try to get the drop on. Stick to the left because he sees you, unless you don't, or unless you come from this direction. But we can drop attack and take care of him quickly. And get the item right next to him. Make sure you move quickly because some Pontiff Knights are going to start moving forward on this section and they'll see you from here. We're going to go up and take care of these wraiths again. Got lucky with those. And then move forward to take care of the Pontiff Knights again. We're going to ignore the one with the scythe for now. And instead, at least I think we can ignore him. Yep. You can come here. So there was some items in this courtyard that we've been saving because it's easier to get when you drop down from here. And there's an item that you can only get by dropping down from here. So we have to do this anyway. When you land though, you're going to draw the ire of that Pontiff Knight, so be ready. Just slowly walk forward and drop down. And then walk forward again, and now we have perfect line of sight for this guy to get rid of him. Make sure you don't fall off this platform, because there's no way back up. You have to climb back up here and drop down again. And it houses a ring that we must get in order to get all the achievements, so we have to do this. Drop down again for a lightning gem. And I believe, last but not least... Oh no, wait, one thing. Behind here is an item. Oh, no, sorry, that's in New Game Plus. Ignore that. Over here, though, is an illusory wall to the item we saw across the stairs earlier before fighting the scythe enemy with a magic clutch ring. And now you can do one of two things. You can go ahead and face off against the boss, summon a couple of those summon signs out there, or we can rest up and level up before doing so, which is exactly what I'm going to do. Let's head back to Firelink Shrine. Oop. Sell whatever we don't need.
Ah, how
Oh yes, and give the humble ash.
great let Iona.
Let's see. And sell the Sigbrow. Well, here, never mind. Keep saying I'm gonna sell it, but I'm never gonna use it. You might, though. I know I'm gonna sell those souls, however. And I've got an extra blood gem I don't need. That's it.
Ashen one. Oh.
Welcome home,
And now let me take a look. See, what am I working on?
Thine heart's desire. Very well. Then take nourishment from these sovereignless souls.
Let's see. After we get our dexterity to 10, I'm gonna try to work towards 25 vigor and 20 endurance. So I like to just go back and forth on vigor and endurance until we hit 25 and 20 respectively.
Farewell, Ashen, may the
Do I have any shards of any kind? Nope. So let's travel back to the Church of Yorshka and take on the boss. Exit out towards the left. Come out to the left again, and then left again, and we can ignore the Fire Knight this time. However, we probably should not avoid the two wraiths, so... And we also want to have to take care of these guys again. And this time I like to take it down the site because he can patrol back up here, and your NPCs that we summon will aggro onto him themselves. Alright, switch to the Great Chaos Fire Orb because this enemy is slow enough. And then we want to summon Londor Paleshade, which is on the left on the statue here. Or we could also summon Henri, I believe. Yep, Henri of Astora. But instead of that, you'd rather summon Blackhand Gothard, because he gives you a gesture. So that's one more towards the trophy. And you can only summon 2 NPCs. Notice the summon sign on the right there faded away. So with that, let's get this done. We face off against a man named Pontiff Sulyvahn, which is a fairly straightforward and easy fight. He wields a fire sword and a magic sword, so you might want to consider raising your resistance to both of those. But otherwise, this fight's going to be about getting... Oh, that was stupid. Didn't know he could jump at you. Getting these two to draw aggro, and then standing back with our Great Chaos Fire Orbs. He simply swings his swords around several times. And phase 2 is when I'll chime in. Phase 2, he creates a copy of himself that mirrors his motions, but has a separate health bar and can be taken down. So here it goes. Here's phase 2. So now he's going to summon a copy, Phantom. And the Phantom will mirror his movements, but can be killed with a single Great Chaos Fire Orb if he stands in the puddle of lava. However, he can summon more of them. So here he's summoning one when he raises the magic sword like that. And that's a big one. You want to back away when he... Ah, well, he's about to die. There he goes. When you see him fly into the air like that, just back away. That's really all you gotta do. When you have all of these NPCs to summon, it's one of the easier fights. Now that we have our sweet, sweet spells. And we get an achievement. We get his soul. We get a bonfire. So we can rest up. And then we got some things we can clean up very quickly before pressing on. Move forward. And right ahead of us is 2 crystal lizards. You can try to stand back and fire a fire orb at them, but I have found this rarely works. Oh, that one worked. Let's drop down. Can I chase down this one? Nope. If he disappears, then don't worry too much about it. We're gonna rest eventually and we can come back here for the second one. If you're not trying to get Twinkling Titanite, then don't worry about it. Either way, come up to the right and up these stairs and we'll find an item that we can't reach quite yet and a courtyard full of giants. Luckily, there's only 2 of them that actually will rise up and fight back, but that's actually one of the last things we're gonna do. First, we're gonna cut to the left here and go under this little area. Keep your shield up because on the right down here are more wraiths. Just slowly come forward. Trigger them. There's one on the left that likes to cast sorceries, so take care of him first. And then let's have our shield up. There he is. And then we got the one in the corner. Don't worry about the strange chanting, we'll get to that. But get the dark stone plate ring down here. And now we're gonna go all the way back to the other side and take a right. Yeah. And then right again to go up the stairs, and we find the source of the chanting in several deacons that like to stand back and shoot fireballs. These are much more apt to shoot fireballs than the previous ones. So you can either take them on, but what we're gonna do... Actually, yeah, let's take these 3 on because they'll just keep on shooting us. And those fireballs have very good tracking, and that's the other downside. So you got one small one that we just killed, we got one medium one, and one large one that just leapt at me. You can also, for the bigger ones, just stand back and shoot fire. And that will usually take care of them. Always check to see if they drop something, because they have a very small chance of dropping a Covenant item that we're going to farm later. Much later. But we can come back and take a left to get that item we couldn't reach from earlier. And then back again. And we're going to go left into the archway you might have seen just a second ago. To discover a shortcut. Hit this, and a bridge lowers. And now we're going to take it back up. You just do that so that you can activate the elevator. And go left across the stairs. I'm going to check over here, although again I think the item I'm thinking of is in New Game Plus. Yeah. So instead, when you reach the other side of this bridge, turn right. And be careful of the mimic that we're about to trigger. You can always tell a mimic because you can see the top of it slowly moving from time to time. Trying to see if it'll do it. There, you can barely see it moving. Again, the grab is the only move we really have to dodge. The others, if you stay close enough, will tend to go over your head. But he falls to drop a golden ritual spear. Then come back across the stairs, and we're gonna go straight to these other set of stairs. all the way to the other side, and then on the left is another crystal lizard. To get you a simple gem. Which again, you must have to... What's the word I'm looking for? Activate? No. To achieve all of the infusions. And I believe that might be the only simple gem that you can find guaranteed. Rest up, and then I'm gonna travel to the Firelink Shrine once more to level up. We can also sell the soul of Pontiff Sulyvahn, of course.
Ah, have. Ashen one.
Welcome, hospital. Very well, then take note.
And we're still alternating, so let's do that. And now, since I'm perfectly at 2015, I can just go back and forth from Vitality to Endurance until we get 2520.
Farewell, Ashley the Flip.
Head back to Pontiff Sulyvahn. And we will continue our push into the next area next time. So until then, stay safe.